And welcome to Buckman's Model Mania. Today we're going to be working on issue 66 of the Moomin House from DeLagostini. So let's go ahead and open the book and we'll get the parts out. Hang on. There we go. Sometimes the books don't fold completely well. And we're starting to assemble the roof frame, and we're going to be putting some wood into the wood store. So what we've got is 2-part B's for the roof frame, part A, and a part C. And you can see they are all lettered. That is for the larger piece. Roof frame middle piece, we've got 2 parts E. Actually, we have 3 parts E, 1 part D. And for the top roof frame, since this is a conical roof, we have 4 parts F. Then we have 3 stacks of wood. Go ahead and get rid of that. And the wood is actually plastic. It could be a little, they do have a hint on how to make it look a little bit more realistic. I may do something with it, I may not. I'm just looking at how these fit together. Okay. So they'll all fit together as a wood stack, just like that. And what they're talking about is putting some brown paint, I think. Let me double check. Yeah, it just says to really dilute some brown paint for those. Like I said, maybe, maybe not. Maybe. Let's take a look real quick. Yeah. Chair's trying to get away. Maybe I can do a light coat of this paint on them. We'll see when we get to the end. So the first thing it has you do is insert tab. Let's see, insert the tab on frame A into frame B and fix it with wood glue. So we got frame B, frame A. Take the tab here. Slide this in here. Actually, it is a pretty tight fit. I may not have to glue this. Let's go ahead and lay it down and see if it'll fit in there. Yeah, with as tight as that is, I don't think it needs to be glued. And it says B and C will go together like this. And then we'll go back here to A and B. At this point, I don't know if I need to necessarily glue this. Except maybe this part if it doesn't want to go together. There we go. Now just looking at this, this one might be a little bit loose. This one is good. This is the only one that might possibly need some glue. But I'm not going to do that now because they want you to paint this. What I have been doing with everything is staining rather than painting. If I stain, what's going to happen is the glue is going to block the stain, and it's going to be very obvious where the glue is at. So we're going to leave this as it is for right now. That is definitely going to need something because that piece keeps popping up. I don't know if you can see it. Let's see if we can get the camera to zoom in on it. Come on. And again, camera's listening now. It's also recording. Stop the recording. So there it's down. When I touch it anywhere else, you can see a little bit that it pops up. Come on. Oops, other way. So we're going to leave this alone for right now. Not going to, there that is. That shot off on the last video. Not going to glue it, not going to stain it yet. We're just going to move along to the middle roof frame. We've got roof frame E connecting to roof frame D. This one is actually going in together really quick and easy. So this will get glued later on after staining. And I'm not going to stain it tonight. It's actually 8 o'clock at night while I'm doing this. I'll stain it sometime tomorrow, and I'll show it to you in the video for, what is this? This is 66. Yes, I'll show it to you sometime in the video for stage 67. So that's the middle ring, and that's going to be up about here. And then the third ring is all made out of F, and this one is definitely going to need glue because it is just, it's going in there so easy. And hang on, once it's in there, look at it shift, how much it's shifting right there. So that one's definitely going to need glue. Like I said, let me turn the page, I'll show you. What it says to do is just use brown paint, 1 part brown paint, 2 parts water. I'm going to stain it, so I'm not gluing it until after I stain it. I'm not going to stain it on this video. So for right now, that's how it's going to look. So the next thing it wants you to do is take the wood store from a couple of issues ago, from issue 64, arrange the firewood with the markings facing this way being towards the back, and quick drawing glue to put the glue in place. So what they're saying is to take part A here, wood stack A here, which is actually they have actually already glued 2 pieces together, because you can see the seam there. Put the brown, dark brown to the back, and just set it in here. And actually, that is kind of nice. Let's see. Okay, the way it was feeling was it was gonna slip into the grooves here, but it doesn't. It just sits in here like this, like that. Whoops, wrong way. Let's do it this way, the right way. This A facing where the house is going to be. So it's going to sit in here like this. And then we're going to take firewood part B, which is this one here. Again, this one looks like it could be more than one piece that was previously glued together. We're going to slide this one in from the back, like this. And then we're going to take part C and do the same thing. Slide it in, set it on top like that. It does say to super glue them in place. And it says with a little effort, brown paint and water, you can, what you'll do is you'll make the rings show up a little bit more. So just for fun, brown paint and water would be really, really, really light brown paint. Let's take a look. Do I have something that I can put this on that is not the model? There we go. We will grab this chunk of wood here. Just take a look. Maybe. Maybe. Let's see, this is part A, these bottom pieces. Actually, it looks like it was leaning. These bottom pieces will be hidden behind the lip there. So let's just take a look. Not sure. I know what they were looking for. They were looking for it to be modeled a little bit. This being paint, it's actually doing a pretty good cover. I think I'm going to go with this instead of the... It's not going to be the dark, and it's not going to be the complete light either. I'll go ahead and fill these spots in. Using the paint pen. And I know what they were talking about with the paint, and it would have been a little bit swirled. I think this is fine. More, I think they were looking for just something to fill in the rings. With this not being a really thin paint, instead of filling in the rings, it's just changing the entire color. So let's take a look at the two of them. I like this one better. So we're going to take the super glue, make sure it's open. We're going to put a little bead of it across the bottom. Just a real quick bead across the bottom like that. It's not going to take much to hold it in place. Make sure we put it in here facing the right direction. Slide it in place, and it should be fine. Just there like that. Let's see. Nope, not quite holding yet. Let it sit in there. Go ahead and work on the bee logs. Touch them up a little bit. And then I'm going to put the same type of bead of glue across the bottom of the logs here. Just run a quick bead across, and hopefully it will touch onto the A logs. If they don't grab the way that I'm expecting them to, I'll sort something out later on. So B upside right. Just like I said, just run a quick bead across the tops of these logs. Actually, it's the bottoms of these logs. Slide this in here. Set it on top of the A logs, which have bonded, just like that. And then the C logs will do the same thing. Hit them with a pen, and then we'll glue them in place. Sorry, sometimes I get concentrating and forget to talk. Nothing worse than a YouTube video with no audio whatsoever. So last ones, last 4. I may come back with a handle line wash to hit those. Just lost the logs under the desk. But what I was going to say is I may come back with a panel line wash just to hit the rings on the logs. We'll see. So last bead here, cross the bottoms of the logs. Go ahead and slide this in from the back. Trying not to get glue all over everything. Just set it in place like that. Put the top on here. This is just bugging me too much. Let me double check and see how out of square this is, because I look at it and it looks like it leans so bad. It looks like it leans, but maybe a little bit, but not enough to. Optically, it is leaning. It looks like it's leaning so much more than it actually is. It doesn't look straight. In the camera, actually, it looks straight. When I look at it straight on, it looks like it's just leaning so far over. And I don't want to push it too hard because I don't want to break it. So we're going to put it back, put it down, we'll put this back away, and we'll let it be. Let me see, is it? Okay, looks like it has set enough. We're going to leave that as is. We're going to leave this where it's at now. We're going to leave the rings where they're at now. We'll glue them later after we stain them. And that, my friends, is all there is to do in this issue, in issue 66 of the Moomin House. Hope you're enjoying this build. If you are, like, subscribe, and leave a comment. I love comments. Hit the bell icon to be notified of any time I post new content. Take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. Have a great day. Have a great day tomorrow. And I will see you in the next video.
Buckman's Modelmania, hard work models, plastic modeling, wooden models. Buckman's Modelmania, hard work models, plastic modeling.